Wilco makes a run ahead of him. Bergkamp suddenly changed pace through the centre. It's Bergkamp. That's magnificent. The move, and then this, which left Dabby's ass totally stranded.
Hello, dear viewer and listener and people robbing a bank, and welcome to a Bergkamp Wonderland, where we are doing prediction number 35. And with me to do prediction 35, which, if I'm honest, is about 25 predictions too many. But never mind. Not like we've got anything else to do with our time, is it? Is our very own Nick from ABW. Hello, Sausage. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you doing, Dan?
Well, I took some medication for my arthritis that makes me extremely fucking nauseous the next day. So I've had a banana. I've had half a bag of Doritos. And I feel sick as a dog.
It's good. When are you getting your magic injection that'll make you dance, that dance again?
Well, they've moved it. It's 12th of December. But the NHS, they killed members of my family already this year. And I was meant to have the NHS dentist in March. And then they moved it to June. And then they moved it to August. And today, they've moved it to fucking November. Because the NHS is fucked. There goes the 12p we were going to make from this podcast.
I blame Ellis myself.
I do blame him, Ellis. It's all his bloody fault. He could smell his sticky paws all over the letter that they sent me. It's just ridiculous. So I'm going to have to go private. I don't know why I didn't do it in the first place. But I'm going to have to do that and just deal with it, I think. Have you got any parts of your body that are falling off?
I hope not. I don't think so. I think everything's intact.
Well, you can never be too sure these days. How have you felt about pre-season? It's not been too shonky, has it? All those trophies. 4 trophies. We've won 4.
4? What
we won
4?
The MLS one. We won the MLS Skills Trophy. We won the Emirates Cup, which was very hard to win that. That was a long and arduous competition. And we won the Charity Shield. So already we're on the... We've matched Man City's quadruple already.
Yeah. Wasn't the Emirates Cup just one game?
Let's shut your face. Get on with it.
Oh, okay.
So how it... You're going to show me a yellow card. How rude. So have you been excited by pre-season?
Yeah, I mean, I've watched like 30 seconds of YouTube highlights and I watched the last 10 minutes of the Community Shield on Sunday when I was down the pub because I forgot it was on. Because I'm that much of an Arsenal fan. I was
what
like,
are you doing in a public house? That's full of riffraff.
Oh, it's in Norwich, mate. It's not riffraff. We're in the nice area of Norwich where no Ellises are allowed.
Yeah.
And yeah, I saw the last 10 minutes of the game while waiting for food, and then that was the best 10 minutes to watch, I assume, because
what did you get to eat?
What did I have? It was delightful. Macaroni, cheese, something with meat and salad, and she had
macaroni cheese looks like vomit.
Yeah. Tasted nice, and she had leeking potato pie something. So yeah, nice food.
Hello, Tom. Hey, baby, come on.
Oh, he's come in now.
Oh, Tom. Oh, sorry, people. My brother, I've had to adopt my mum and my brother's cats, and so today's the first day that we've let them out. They're in Sean's room yesterday all day. We let them out today, and one's been in all day. And one's only just come in at 9 p.m. So I've been a bit worried about you, Tom. Hey, how have you been? Cat 1 of 6. Oh, no, it'll be 6 of 6, I suppose. Good boy. He likes scratching up your carpet by the back door.
I'm kind of concerned that just before we started, you spoke to your cat and said, can you go out and tell him to come in? And it has come in. Which one of your cats will understand what you're talking about?
Yeah. Timmy, you didn't tell Tom to come in at all, did you? You stay in now, Tom. You don't go out again, young man. Good. Go and get something to eat. Sorry about that cat interruption, but cats are more important at the moment. Bless them, because I don't want them to run away. Because I'd be pointed at and shamed for it. So Yeah, macaroni and cheese. It looks like cat vomit. Quite a lot of people in the chat, actually, but Nick, people that you've been annoying all the time. There's Paul Neal, Jim Eves.
Oh, yeah, probably come and give
Phil.
me like payback for just like taking the piss out of everyone and banning them, timing them out for like minutes at a time.
Any of these that you fancy timing out? I mean, some of the predictions that Mr. Waffles made, he needs a timeout. We need to have a little think about what he's done. Sean, as I keep going, I only have 2-3 things in my life, people. I have football, I have Sean, I have cats, and I just talk about them in rotation. And she actually has an 18-year-old from from Oregon, staying with her in Cambodia, and she is a dickhead. She's moaning about why they haven't got eco-friendly knives and forks at the place they go for their lunch in fucking Cambodia.
Lucky they've got any lunch, let alone eco-friendly knives and forks. The place
she is teaching, the kids are either orphans or homeless. And she's going, why haven't you got eco-friendly furniture? They don't have any furniture. They've got one whiteboard and one pen. And she's nicking them for me. They're coming home with her. Yes, so she's fucking clueless. But the Australian and the Italian girl are very, very nice. And she's got a couple of Japanese girls there. Well, she thinks they're girls. She's not sure. One of them's 15. And, we're not sure. Anyway, Nick, dear boy, should we get on and do your predictions?
We can, because I made them like 5 days ago and I've forgotten what they are. Because I was supposed to be on Saturday night, but someone didn't get out of bed.
No, it was it Saturday night you were meant to be on? Not sure you were.
Yeah. You said Saturday night at 5, and then I messaged you and you went, oh, just woken up. And then you said, okay, 6 o'clock. And then you messaged me at 6:15 and said, well, maybe later.
Yes, indeed. I made Josh wait 12 minutes last night because my brother's best mate and one other bloke come round to have a chit-chat. And that day, Sean's mum was here and we were sorting shit out, pointing fingers, making accusational gestures at people who kill people for a living. So getting back on track, which is something I struggle to do. Premier League winner, Nick, are you going to make Boy10 Dio call you a heretic if indeed he pops into the chat?
I have no idea what that means, but I've predicted Arsenal to win the league.
You are good with him?
Yeah.
A heretic is someone who is a non-believer against the religious organisation.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Because I did go for us to finish second last year, and I got that right. So I'm hoping that this broken clock is right twice in his life, and we're going to win it next season, which would be nice. But, I mean, I just got a feeling we could mess it all up and have an injury crisis, but I just think Man City have got a lot of players in and out. Haaland looked like he's on his way to having second season syndrome. And I looked with De Bruyne, he's 32 now. So it just seems like everyone's leaving and coming in. Their squad is starting to age a little bit. And now they've won everything, do you think they're going to be as up for it as they have been in previous seasons? Probably, like I said, once they've won everything, the only way is to come down. And like a lot of other, I think Chelsea are having a huge rebuild as well. So, it'd be nice if we'd win it. And that'd be exactly 20 years since the last time we won it. So it's kind of poetic.
Especially if we can do it invincible and do the double, that would be an absolute thing of wonder. But do you think we put the willies up them with our performance in the Charity Shield? Because Haaland had an XG of 0.0. That means no matter what he did, there was no chance of him ever scoring a goal.
No, I think so. I mean, it doesn't. It is in. Well, I say a friendly. It seems like every friendly we play against the Premiership side, they turn up for all-out war and just start kicking the crap out of us. But I think it kind of proves the point. We haven't beat them for a while, and even in a game like that, just to prove that we can beat them. Or I know it was on penalties, so a draw mainly, but I think we could have won it in normal time, really. I think, what was it? Havertz had a couple of easy chances that he missed. So I think, like I said, it just proves a point that we can do it. But we shall see. I mean, like I said, it's a long way to go. I just, for how long we led the Premiership last season, I was just really gutted we didn't win it last season. We probably should have done.
The Football League started in 1888, boys and girls, mums and dads, cats and dogs. And since 1888 to last season would be 100 plus 12 is 112 plus 23, 176 seasons of top flight football. Arsenal broke the record for the most number of days at the top of the league. Now
And
that
not winning that, you mean?
that bit is not important.
Okay.
We broke the record. Jimmy Savile was going to turn up, sit us on his knee, and oh no, it's not him, is it? It's
I don't think anyone's going to break that record, are they?
Oh, it's almost impossible to break. I mean, they were top of the. It's like it was a marathon, and we led for the entire way, and we got to the finish line and fell over. And they went, "Thank you very much. Goodbye."
Have you seen that meme on Twitter where the guy's running up to the finish line? He looks at the camera and starts slapping his chest, and that guy just runs behind him and wins. It's kind of like that, wasn't it?
It is very much like that. So who are you going to have as Arsenal's top goal scorer? I am quite windy and burpy, so I'm going to have to mute myself and let some gas out, and my voice is going.
Yeah, I mean, I did have Jesus, but I changed it out for Martinelli because looks like he's going to be out for a few months again. And, and how it's going, it wouldn't surprise me if Martinelli finishes the season as either main striker or back up to Jesus as a striker, because, like I said, he has got goals in him, and I just think there's definitely a player there, and hopefully he can win us a league or two before Real Madrid comes sniffing and just takes him away from us.
Yeah,
that would be nice.
I reckon we got quite a few seasons with him. But he will be eventually sold, and we will use that money to go and buy a Bellingham swap.
Like I said, we've got so many players. I mean, I don't know if we will have at the start of the season once all, but we had the youngest squad last season. So, all of our players are now another year experienced. Hopefully they realise the bits that they did wrong last season and don't do it again. And everyone's going to be better. Martinelli, and he's going to be better. Saka's going to be better. Saliba, I mean, that people forget. They talk about how brilliant he was. That was his first season in the Premiership last year.
And he is on course to be the best centre-back in the world.
So it just seems like everyone should be better next season. Even Arteta, you hope that a few of the silly mistakes he's made, with selection, not rotating as well as he could have done, especially towards the end of the season, like Southampton, West Ham, taking teams a bit lightly when really he should have, even in the press before the games and things like that. But, we just got to hope that the few players we've added, like Rice and Havertz and people like that, in my head, they're kind of like, when Liverpool came close and they thought, there's a few key players missing. And then they went out and bought Van Dijk and Alisson. And everyone criticised Van Dijk for how much money he cost, buying a player from Southampton, a team down there, they're very clever, which is, for a lot of money, kind of similar to Rice. So I'm hoping, this will be our 3 or 4 last piece of the jigsaw, and then we can really go at it and be really strong in the league for the next 2 or 3 seasons.
Look at these bum licks. Phil Macker. Wise words from Nick. My mind is blown, and Loki's put Nick, the voice of reason tonight. I think they both need timing out for being bum licks. Paul Nell says 9th, Brighton and Villa will finish above. He's moved on to the next one. Where do you think Spurs are going to finish then, Nick? Paul seems to think 9th.
Well, I put them down as 11th because I just went through teams. Like I said, I looked at things. I thought Brighton, I think, will do better than even Villa. So I just went through and I went, 11th, because I mean, I won't go because didn't was it Josh who said that if Kane goes, they'll do better? That just sounds fucking stupid. But
you know what Josh is like.
Yeah, I know what he's like, and they're the hipsters, obviously, but.
Him and Chris have gone off their trolley.
Yeah, I can't see anyone who's left. I mean, Son's another year older, and Richarlison, for all the hype, like you said, what was it you said? He scored 1 goal last year, but celebrated 3. I don't know.
Yeah, 2 were offside.
Like 60, 70 million. And like I said, they go, that's only his first season. I was like, but he's had several in the Premiership with Everton, so it's not like he needs to adjust to the league.
Yeah. It's just it makes me laugh.
But yeah, I wouldn't surprise me if they finish 11th, and that is what it is. And I mean, They might surprise me and get relegated, which would be nice, but I can't see it. There's 4 or 5 teams a lot worse than them.
You are very right. You need to stop this. Right, FA Cup winner. I hope for some nonsense here because you're making too much sense, and I think the chat is falling in love with you.
I mean, I've gone Newcastle. I just think there's something about them, and obviously they're spending the money. No, everyone's sort of ignoring the players they've bought and the money they've been spending over the last few years because they keep saying, "Oh, they're not doing it like Chelsea or Man City. They're doing it the right way." No, they're spending stupid money, but they are actually buying decent players. And the thing is, though, with the cups, you've got to get a luck of the draw, haven't you? And I'm thinking by then, the end of January, they'll probably be out of the Champions League by then. So I think they'll think, right, well, we're out of the Champions League. We might as well, have a go at the cups because, the Geordies, they'd love a cup, wouldn't they? When was the last time they won anything?
Well, they lost the 98 and 99 FA Cup finals as well, didn't they? I think the last thing they won, without looking it up...
Didn't they win an Intertoto Cup or something?
The Intertoto Cup, the season when 3 teams won it all to make it into the UEFA Cup.
Yeah.
I think that was it.
Yeah. I just think they're building something there. And I think the lure of being in the Champions League is getting them a few players they might not have got before. So, yeah, I just think that wouldn't surprise me if them. But then they might draw us in the 3rd round and we might spank them 4-0. Well, but you got to be lucky in that competition, haven't you?
You got to be lucky, Treacle. That's what you got to be.
It's only 7 games, so...
Yeah, I'm just looking at the last time they won anything. Yeah, the Intertoto Cup in 2006-07. And they also won the championship in 2010. That feels weird, doesn't it?
Yeah, Newcastle, they don't really want to count that as winning something, do they?
Actually, 2017 they won the championship. How is that even possible?
Did they get relegated twice? I thought they went down and came straight back up.
They went down in 9, 18th, and then they won it the next season. They went down in 16, 18th again, and come straight back up.
I only thought they got relegated once. I must have completely forgot that.
And they also won the championship in 93. And the actual last time they won a trophy was the Intercities Fairs Cup in 1969. There you go, Nick. Sometimes you ask questions, you get answers. So where are we up to now? Who's going to win the League Cup, my boy?
I've gone Chelsea. I think they're going to put I think a lot of teams are going to put the kids out in that, and they've got a huge squad and mostly kids as well. But yeah, I think they're going to do well in there. I was 50-50 between them and Man City, but I just went with them because they haven't won anything in a long time, and I think like a lot of they got some really good players, and now they've got a decent manager and hope. Well, I don't really care if they do sack him in November, but if they don't sack the managers all the time, they're actually going to get the players to do well. But yeah, so I've gone Chelsea. I think they might do it.
Wise words. Now, Champions League. Tell the boys and girls what you picked for that.
I just went for Bayern Munich because I just thought that would be hilarious for Harry Kane to win the Champions League in his first season if he leaves that place. And I just like to see that happen, just for the absolute meltdown, of them online. Obviously I prefer Arsenal to win it, but I'm realistic. I'm not stupid.
So you're going for Bayern München?
Yeah.
Boy 10 is here. We were visited by another heretic, as in Drago, but it's not Nick. Good. That's important because there's only so many Arsenal fans we can burn at the stake as witches, and you've managed to get away with it, Nick. Which is a shame because I think you'd make a lovely sort of bit of suckling on you for the carnivores amongst us.
Yeah, nice bit of crackling around the thighs.
Oh, I tell you what, that's made people horny and hungry, and that's a lovely combination to be. So, a top goal scorer at all competitions, and what are you going to go for?
Well, I've gone. I think Haaland is. I think he's good to have second season syndrome because he did start to get found out towards the end of last season. I've gone for Salah because I think he's got one more good season left in him, and they're in the Europa League, so there's going to be a few extra games. And you said that's all competitions, so I think he could be close to double figures in that, And when you add the Premiership to that, I think he's going to just pip a few players. So I think he'd be just over 30 goals for the season if you add everything together.
Boy, Perts, a man of culture is on air. A blessed hour. Oh dear. Timmy. His name's actually Immy, but we changed it to Timmy because Immy is a bit shit. Championship. Now, obviously your heart says Norwich, but what does your head say? Ipswich?
To be honest, I completely missed that bit, so I only looked at that about 10 minutes ago. I just went Leeds because I have no idea. I don't really watch the Championship. Even for Norwich, I can't. They ain't coming up because they're crap. I mean, I looked at the odds. Like I said, even Ipswich are higher favourites than Norwich, and they only just got promoted to the Championship this year. So it tells you how bad Norwich are doing.
Yeah, the Carabao Cup is on at the moment. Middlesbrough have just beat Huddersfield 3-2. Did Chupa Apcom score any goals? No, he didn't. I don't think he played, though. Just seeing if there's any other teams you might recognise doing well. I don't like the way that WhoScored.com have changed the way they put their scores live on the page. They're too small. And I refuse to do control and mouse up. No one. Oh, Blackburn have scored. Oh, Aldo Cookie will be happy. Blackburn have scored 4. That's a turn up for the Bucks. Hopefully, I'm going to get him to come on and do a show with us. So, and I've got a Spurs fan coming on. He's going to do a show with us. Be nice to him. Right, first manager to get the sack now that Chris is no longer a manager.
I mean, I suppose I could cheat and say the Wolves manager, but I think that's kind of that is cheating, isn't it? And does that count if they agree to leave before the season starts, or is it sacked after the season starts?
Did you see the chit chat we were having in the WhatsApp group today, where I said this doesn't count until 12:30 on Saturday, is when these predictions become live, because the moment of the first minute of the first part of the season, and then Josh came in. Yeah. What did Josh say? Tell the boys and girls.
I can't remember. I zoned out towards the end of it.
Good. He said that the season opener is the Charity Shield, and so anything from then onwards counts. So, Jim Eves, who has been here the whole time, says Wolves have sacked their manager.
Yeah, so I can't say it now because I've officially sacked him. So that was. Can we go back in time?
Yes, we can. And no, you have to pick another one.
No, I said I'm not going to. I'm going to go with what I said. Marco Silva.
Well, that will count as the second manager to be sacked. 3 in a row for Silva. That is, but your one will be, I'm going to put a little background colour of a little bit of light blue, because that means second manager to be fired if indeed. Hold on, has he been fired or has he quit?
Well, I think they agreed to just knock it on the head, so that's not like they've sacked him. Do they actually ever announce that a manager's been sacked? They normally said they've agreed to part ways. I don't know if anyone has ever come out and said we have fired him, like managers for years.
Looking at the old Fabrizio Romano, official, it's over between Wolves and Lopetegui as they have reached an agreement to part ways. Official, parted ways, just for us. I mean, it's always a good time to sack your manager or get rid of your manager 6 days before the season starts.
Well, I suppose that's better than 6 days after the season starts.
Well, give them time. So I'm going to change that back because he hasn't been fired. Your predictions are still live, people. It's still live. They are okie dokie. Manager should rules. No, that's not it. Phil says we will need a shower after the Spurs pod. Phil says shacked, is that a combination of sacked and shacked? Yes, it is. Or sacked for shagging. Bulgarian Gooner says, don't point out. I don't know who said that. Very true. Mutual agreement to terminate the contract, I guess. And we were talking about you. Have you? Do we let in on about a certain special person who may well be Bulgarian as well? Or don't we talk about that?
I think they already know. I think we've said it on the podcast before.
Oh, that Nick has his very own Bulgarian. Bless him. Right, there you go. So Lopetegui wasn't fired. So all the people who said he was fired, you're all wrong. Nil point for you. So I think you've made some very logical and good things. The only one you might trip up on is Arsenal to win the title. But we're Gooners, and we have to believe in that we can do it because it's important for our own sanity, if nothing else.
And also, I've also got to put into account City. Like I said, they could get their sanction this year and get dock points. And if they're struggling, whether because Haaland's broken his leg and De Bruyne's pulled like a calf and he's out for 4 months and they're like 15, 20 points off the top, they might agree to have and actually want their points to be docked this season because they know that the Premiership is gone, if you see what I mean. So they may actually, because they're trying to delay it to when it suits them. Like I said, if the season's already gone, what's the point? Can you just imagine they'll give them a 15-point deduction?
Yeah.
When the season's already, they already can't win the league, so it's kind of pointless.
Tom, don't go out again, Babby. It's too cold out there.
Cold.
Phil's gone full bum lick. Nick with his sensible head on. He has saved the pre-season pod. I think that's nonsense. Hey, Tom. How you doing, Puss? Yeah, Drago has no idea what we're talking about. All I'm going to say is Nick has captured one of your fellow countrymen and kept her chained up in his Audi. And yes, and it's a beautiful thing. Nick is in love. Wonderful. Right, Nick, all we need to do now is for you to say wise words, wave goodbye, good boy, say good boy to the girls and boys. Makes sense. I'm covered in cat. I don't even know what I'm saying at this.
Covered in pussy. That is shocking noise.
Didn't think of saying that. That would have been genius. You're having a hell of a show here. You bet you don't want this to end, do you?
No, not really. Well, I do, because she's waiting in the other room. So.
Oh, hello. You're playing Skyrim.
Okay. Everyone, don't worry. Football will be back momentarily. There's no need to panic. ABW will be at it for you after every game, probably. And don't worry. There's always another season. Football, just enjoy it. Don't get stressed. Don't get angry. Enjoy the game.
Now give him a little wave. Wonderful.
As soon as I scored that goal, I was fucking livid. Get down, dog. Splendid business.
He nearly caught the bloody thing. What are you talking about?
So I was just eating a full quiche. Well, you don't often see them at Ibs, so when you see them in the supermarket, they need to be swagged, microwaved immediately, and get the brown sauce on and bosh, Bob's your uncle.
Never in doubt.